Okay, it is an absolute pleasure for me to introduce our first speaker because we have a very long history, a really long history, longer than about anybody in this room. One of my favorite people in the world. This young man went to high school with my daughters and got his, I think his first part-time job or second part-time job working for me, and edited videos for me, marketing videos for a while in a studio that had a very nice studio. And then went on to leave there and run digital marketer at a couple of little companies like Hilton and AutoZone and ServiceMaster. And then went on now to create his own agency, helping local services businesses like ServiceMaster businesses get loads and loads of clients. He's a brilliant young man. He's got a good heart and a high degree of integrity. And I'm so proud of him. Reuben Rock. I love you, Phil. Hey, Johnson.
Wow. All right. Awesome. I'm excited to be here, guys. Let's jump right into it. I'm Reuben. I think I know a lot of people in the room at this point. We've talked. Yeah. Cool. I'm going to share with you my blueprint for driving traffic for local companies, getting leads, and helping them scale the business of their dreams. So I run a company called bookcleaningjobs.com, but I'll tell you more about that in a second. Oh, am I not standing close enough? Can you guys hear me now? Do I need to stand right here the whole time? Okay. I don't know if you'll want my notes. I don't know if there's anything valuable in here. But if you do, there you go. I'll give you another opportunity in just a second. So before I get started, I just want to say thank you to Perry, to everybody putting this event on. It's been awesome this week. Perry especially. Dude, you've changed my life. I'm literally standing here because I met you 20 years ago. So this is awesome. Super excited to do this. If you didn't get this, I'll share it again towards the end of the presentation, and you can grab it then. Cool. So like I said, I'm Reuben. I run a local marketing agency. It's called bookcleaningjobs.com. We help cleaners book more jobs. Pretty straightforward. I don't think there's any real mystery there. The reason I started this company is because I realized a long while back that local companies really struggle with marketing. I mean, they really struggle with this stuff. You guys are sitting in this room right now. You have access to a ton of information that the general public doesn't have access to, that they don't even know exists. And so when a lot of people go to start a business, maybe because they just need to pay the bills, maybe because they hate their job and they want to get out of that job and go do something different, they jump into a business and they don't have most of the information that we have. And so they struggle to bring in the customers that they need for their business to survive. And so I kind of figured this out firsthand when I bought a carpet cleaning franchise. Which was a really random purchase. At one point, I worked in corporate. Like Perry mentioned, I worked for a bunch of great companies. I didn't hate my job because I worked at terrible companies. I'm not a job guy, you know? I like to start companies. I like to do, things that, little side hustles, extra income, that kind of stuff, affiliate marketing. I learned all this stuff from Perry 20 years ago. When I started working for him, within a year of meeting Perry and working for him, I had an e-commerce business of my own. And so I jumped into the carpet cleaning world thinking, I want to own a real world business, a physical business with employees and customers, and they go out and they meet and they transact and they do business together. And so having worked in kind of the franchise business before with ServiceMaster, I decided, let's buy a franchise. And I landed on carpet cleaning franchise, which was very random. I didn't have any experience in carpet cleaning. I didn't have any carpet in my house. I had never even had my carpets cleaned, but it seemed like a good opportunity, so I went for it. And I bought this carpet cleaning franchise. I actually moved halfway across the country with my pregnant wife and my now 9-year-old son, who's sitting in the back of the room. Super excited to have him here. And so I love you, buddy. So we bought this carpet cleaning franchise. We moved to Wisconsin, and we jumped into the carpet cleaning business with no experience. But I had all this marketing experience, so I guess I had kind of a competitive advantage. And after I bought the franchise, We moved to Milwaukee and we realized pretty quickly that there were over 100 other carpet cleaning companies in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I probably could have found that out if I had done what everybody else said this week and maybe done some research before I bought. But I was young and inexperienced, and I just wanted to do something. And I guess I had some cash burning a hole in my pocket, so I bought a franchise in a very crowded market. More than 100 other carpet cleaners in the city. I had no experience, no customers, no revenue, starting completely from scratch. I didn't have any employees. I didn't really have a plan. And unfortunately, my franchise didn't really provide much of a marketing plan either. So I had to jump into this and figure it out kind of for myself. And what I figured out very quickly was that while there were over 100 carpet cleaners in the phone book, the yellow pages in 2015, they were still delivering that in Milwaukee. There weren't nearly as many carpet cleaners on Google. There were only a handful that were really honestly making an effort to show up on Google. Only a handful had a meaningful number of reviews. And at the time, that meant like 20 or 30 reviews. So I realized pretty quickly that, okay, I can use this marketing stuff that I know, apply it to this local business, and I could probably succeed here. And so that's what I did. And what I did was not really unique. A lot of other people do this. It's not really, I'm not going to say it's incredibly difficult. I think there's other marketers that are presenting to you this week that are teaching some really, really high level stuff. I think local marketing in the hands of a competent marketer who really cares about their clients is not that difficult. The main thing really is to just care about your clients and care about the results. And we'll talk a little bit about that later on. But this is a big opportunity for you because almost half of Google searches have some sort of a local intent. People are going to Google to look for a local company to transact with. They want to hire somebody to do a job. They want to go somewhere and buy something locally down the street from them. Almost half of these searches, a lot of searches, right? And once I figured that out, and I figured out the marketing for my carpet cleaning franchise, and we got going, and we hired some people, and we were, going out and getting customers and getting reviews, and we started to show up on Google more and more often. My company grew pretty quickly, and all the other franchisees that were in my network kind of reached out to me and said, "Reuben, what are you doing? How are you doing this?" And a lot of these guys had been in business for years, and they had been struggling to succeed. So it was flattering to me to have them all come to me and ask. And honestly, I thought it was pretty obvious. I was like, guys, Google, get on Google. And they all looked at me like I had 3 heads. Like, what do you mean get on Google? How do I do that? So I started helping these other franchisees get their marketing in order, helping them get shown on Google, helping them grow their business. And I was doing that on the side while running my carpet cleaning business. And it started to take up a lot of time. And I realized that this was maybe a bigger opportunity. Maybe a better use of my skills. And while I loved the carpet cleaning franchise and it was a great experience, maybe there was some bigger opportunity out there for me. And maybe there is for you too. So I sold that carpet cleaning franchise 5.5 years later because I wanted to help as many people as possible. And while cleaning carpets for, a bunch of customers in Milwaukee and getting great 5-star reviews, we were the #1 rated carpet cleaning company in Milwaukee, by the way. That was great. I wanted to reach more people. So this week, you've already heard about a ton of home run campaigns. I mean, really, really serious, stellar results. Like tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars kind of results, right? I'm not going to share any of those with you today. I'm going to tell you about all of the base hits that I've racked up over the last couple of years. So you've heard about the home runs. Me and my team, we're the kings of the base hit. And these base hits, they really add up over time. And this is the real reason I'm doing it. Because I heard this quote a long time ago. And I'm sure most of you have heard this one too, right? You can have everything in life you want if you'll just help enough other people get what they want. And so this was turning over in my mind as I was helping these other carpet cleaners, these other franchisees get the results they were after. And I realized that this was a way for me to live up to this quote. This was a way for me to impact a bunch of other people's lives. to not just grow a business for myself, but to actually help other people grow the business of their dreams, to help them bring in the customers that they need, to hire the employees that they want, to have the business that they dreamed of having, that they told their family that they wanted, the business that they wanted to maybe leave to their kids, right? So that's why I'm doing all this. Here's some recent base hits that we've had just to give you an idea of what we're going to talk about today. Not too long ago, we helped a 30-year-old carpet and oriental rug cleaning company in a small town in Mississippi hit their first $40,000 month. And to them, this was a big deal because they had never even made more than $25,000 or $30,000 in a month, despite being in business for over 30 years. And we started working with them. We implemented this plan, and they very quickly cracked that $30,000 and then $40,000 a month. We helped a brand new carpet cleaning company in Texas recently make over $30,000 in their first 90 days of business. Brand new carpet cleaning company in an extremely crowded market. I thought 100 carpet cleaners in Milwaukee was a lot. Dallas, Texas is a different level, okay? And after that first 90 days, he climbed to over $20,000 a month in sales in under 6 months. And I got this text message from him one day. And I remember standing in the kitchen with my wife and I got this message because we were having a very difficult week. And I'll tell you a little more about the local marketing business in a minute, but sometimes you have difficult weeks. But I got this text message from my client in Texas, and I'll read it to you in case you can't read it, but it says, "Good news. They decided to fix my other van. I'm training a new technician currently, so in about 3 weeks, we should be bumping up our ad budget to accommodate 2 vans full time." Brand new carpet cleaning business. 2 vans now, employees. Most importantly, I want to say thank you. When I first contacted you 6 months ago, I was behind 2 months on nearly all of my bills. I'm now up to date on everything, and I have a $20,000 safety net underneath me and growing. From the depth of my heart, thank you. I look forward to growing and working with y'all for years to come. When I tell you that I cried when I got this text message. Yeah. This meant a ton to me. I mean, this is why I do it. When I get messages like this, oh my God, there's a reason for all of this, right? But this is a huge opportunity. Half of Google searches are local. They have a local intent. It's a big opportunity for marketers like you to serve local clients. You can make a massive profit. You can make a massive impact. And all this stuff works right now. It's not really been disrupted by AI. You could get out there and do this today and help some people make some money. So there's a flip side to all of this. There's also a lot of risk working with local companies. There's a ton of risk. One of the biggest risks, if you try to go into local marketing, is that it's hard to find clients. And there's a reason for that. Marketing agencies have been screwing over clients for years. People have been burned before. And whether it doesn't matter whose fault it was, one of the number one things I hear from clients that want to work with us is, how are you guys going to be different? Because I've worked with company A, company B, and company C before, and they didn't get me results. I lost so much money working with them. How are you going to be any different? So that's what you're up against. There's also people out there who, want to DIY it. They just want to do it themselves. That's okay. There's a bunch of those folks. There's people who just don't believe in marketing. That one blows my mind, but there's a lot of small business owners out there that think that paid marketing is some sort of evil, that you shouldn't have to do this. You should just be able to get your customers from somewhere else and never have to pay for them. And if you're able to do that and make a living, awesome. But paid marketing helps too. So that's one risk. Another one is that even if you get the clients, it's really hard to get them results. If you've not done this before, it can be kind of difficult to get results for these folks. And it can be kind of difficult to get them quickly enough and to make a big enough impact that they go, oh my God, I have to keep doing this, right? The thing is that 9 out of 10 marketing agencies fail to get results for their clients. And these local companies have been through it with so many agencies before. And because budgets are tight in some cases, they're not always working with the top tier agencies. They're not always working with the best marketers. The other issue is that if you get clients and then you maybe manage to get them results, it can be a struggle to retain them. The average agency relationship is something like 7 months or less. So let's say you do all this work and you get some clients and you bring them in and you start getting them results, and then 2 months later they cancel on you, right? You've done all this work for them. It'd be kind of disheartening. But nonetheless, there is a way to get these clients. There is a way to get them the results quickly. And there is a way to retain them. And honestly, the results are what's key here, right? If you can get the clients and you can, honest to God, get them the results that they're looking for, you're in that 10% of marketing agencies that doesn't let their clients down. You're in the top 10% if you can get people results. Think of it that way. And I've worked with marketing agencies. I know these numbers to be true. So I'm going to share with you my blueprint today. I'm going to tell you exactly how we did this. I'm going to try to speed through this a little bit because I want to share a lot of information, and it's a lot to cover. I can't go as in-depth as I want to go on some of this stuff. If you have other questions, reach out to me. I'm always happy to help people. But this is basically how we do it for our clients. We're helping them dominate the first page of Google. I'm not going to talk about Facebook today. You're going to hear about Facebook next. I'm not a Facebook expert. Victoria Griggs is the Facebook expert. You want to hear that from her. So I'm not going to share anything about Facebook today. We're mostly going to focus on Google. Like I said, half of searches on Google have a local intent. This is where all those clicks are going. Half of people on Google are searching for something local, and then they're going to click one of these listings, probably on the first page of Google, and the odds are they're going to go transact with that business in the near term, maybe today, maybe in the next couple of minutes. So your goal as a local business owner, or your goal as a marketer working with a local business owner, is to just show up here, pretty simply. And I want you to know these numbers, but I want you to know that they're probably not right. So supposedly 10% of clicks are going to go to ads on a Google results page. So if you were to go to Google right now and search for house cleaning in Redmond, Washington, I live in the Seattle area. So if you were going to hire a house cleaner in Redmond, this is what you'd see on Google. And on average, apparently, about 10% of clicks go to the ad section at the top there. About half of the clicks go to that map section, which is really, really important. We'll talk about that. And then the rest of the clicks go to the organic listings down below that. I think these numbers have changed in the last couple of years. Google's rolled out a new program called local services ads. And I would be willing to bet that those ads are sucking up a lot more clicks than the old search ads used to. So I think these numbers have changed. I think you'd be doing yourself and your clients a disservice by not at least trying paid ads in a local market. So this is what I'm going to cover today. I'm going to go over each one of these. Some of them I'm going to try to get through a little quicker so we can get to the back end of this, because I think that stuff's maybe a little more important. And I think some of you guys probably know some of the basics already, but I don't want to skip over the basics because they are so important. And if you don't do them for your local clients, like, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. So do the basics for your local clients, okay? You don't have to jump to the advanced strategies and impress everybody in order to win their business. Your clients will care more that you care about them and that you can get all the basics right than if you can do all the most advanced stuff in the world, okay? So we're going to talk about Google Business Profile. That's that map section that gets like half the clicks. We're going to talk about websites and SEO. That's how you're going to get into that organic section. We're going to talk about local services ads. That's, I say new, but it's a couple of years old at this point. It's relatively new for Google Ads. We'll talk about ads, and then we'll talk about some advanced strategies. Google Business Profile, if you've not heard of this, I hope you have. I think this is the most valuable real estate in local results on Google. This is the most valuable free real estate on Google, hands down. Google Business Profile is what powers your map listing. If you see companies that have hundreds of reviews on their Google profile, that's probably why they're showing up at the top of Google, right? So this Google Business Profile powers this map listing. If you use it successfully, when you search for house cleaning, carpet cleaning, pressure washing, medical spa near me, dentist near me, chiropractor near me, any of those kinds of terms, your business stands a chance of showing up in that map section that gets half of the clicks from half of the searches on Google. If people click on that Google Business Profile, your map listing, they could go to your website. They could call you directly and do business with you. They might request directions to your store and actually come to your location. So it's really powerful. It can drive people directly to you. I just talked to a carpet cleaner the other day. This was not a client, but I was just talking to this guy, and he told me he's not doing any marketing at all. All he has is a Google business profile and some reviews on it. He's in Wisconsin, and he's making $25,000 a month. He doesn't do any paid marketing, no Facebook, no Google, no nothing else. He was asking me, is it worth it to try some of that stuff? And he's already making 25 grand a month with this Google business profile. That's how powerful this is. I work with a plumber in Kansas who makes up to $100,000 a month because he has a bunch of reviews on Google. And when people search for a plumber, an emergency plumber near Kansas City, they're going to find him. $100,000 a month because of his Google reviews. The key things to know about Google Business Profile are that it's completely free. You don't have to pay for this. It powers that Google Maps 3-pack section where half of the clicks are going to. It's extremely competitive though, because it's free and because this has been around for a while. Most local companies have heard about this at this point. Maybe they've worked with the company to improve their Google Business Profile. A lot of companies have these profiles. So it's a battle to win your local market because at this point, unlike in 2015 when I was getting started, there's actually a lot of people kind of doing this. You can beat them pretty easily, and I'll show you how to do it. But the thing to know is that you're going to be judged against your competitors. You can't live in a bubble. You can't only focus on your profile. You have to look at what everybody else is doing and make sure that you're competitive with them, okay? This is what a profile looks like when it's not filled out on the left there. If somebody has a business profile on Google that they have not taken care of, they've not logged in and filled out their information, they've not uploaded photos, they've not requested reviews from their customers, that's what it looks like on the left there. If they have filled it out and they have uploaded photos and they have gotten reviews from their clients, it's going to look like the one on the right there. And if I was searching for a cleaning company in Redmond, Washington this week, which of those do you think I'd be more likely to click on? I mean, these people are coming in your house, right? They might go through your stuff. They're going to see like all your dirty laundry. They're going to see your bathroom. You want to hire professionals. So it's really important that you fill this profile out completely. And in terms of optimizing your Google Business Profile, that's honestly one of the biggest tips that I have for you. Fill out every single field that Google gives you on this profile. Take advantage of every bit of information that you can put in there. If you get a certain number of characters to use for your description, use that many characters and fill it with the right keywords and the cities that you serve and that kind of thing. Fill out your profile completely with accurate information. The correct business name, address, and phone number really matter on local. It's called NAP. You want that to match across your website, your Google profile, your Yelp, your Facebook, all these other places. As many times as Google sees that your name, address, and phone number show up in different places, the more likely you are to rank. That's the theory, right? You can select different categories for your profile. Make sure you choose the right categories. Make sure you stay up to date on these categories. Google rolls out new ones from time to time. I work with a ton of carpet cleaners. And for a long time, carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning was kind of like the only thing we had on Google that would work for us. Just recently, they rolled out another category, tile and grout cleaning. Most of my clients do tile and grout cleaning. It's a higher ticket service. They would love to get more tile and grout cleaning jobs. The second we saw that category was available, we had to go and add it to all of our clients' profiles because we wanted to make sure they were eligible to get those jobs. So choose the right categories. Proximity matters too. In local, people want to hire somebody nearby. Google knows this. They don't, you don't want to hire somebody from an hour and a half away that they're going to drive in to do the job. Maybe they're going to charge you extra for it or something like that. People want to hire somebody local. They want to work with the company that's in town. Google knows that. So proximity matters on Google Business Profile. If your business is not physically located where your ideal clients are, it might be worth fixing that. When I ran my carpet cleaning business, I actually went and rented a separate space right in the middle of Milwaukee County so that I was like right in the middle of Milwaukee. And so when people search for carpet cleaning Milwaukee, which was like the number one thing people were looking for, I was the number one company, mostly because I had a ton of reviews, but also because I was smack dab in the middle of the city. I was close to everybody. We could get to everybody. That proximity matters. You can list a physical address on your Google Business Profile if you want to. If you have a location for people to visit, you can do that. If you don't have a location, I don't recommend doing it because Google kind of cracks down on that kind of thing. You want to get reviews on this profile. You want to ask every single customer for a Google review. There's a lot of ways to do that with my cleaning companies that I work with. The easiest ways to do that is just right after somebody has the service done, immediately after that, text them and ask them for a review. Google gives you a link that takes people directly to your review form. Copy and paste that link, keep it somewhere. What I like to do is add a little redirect on the end of people's URLs. So if your website's, abccleaning.com, I would add /review and I would redirect it to that Google review link. And then you can always tell people to go there. Text that review link to people, get reviews on your Google business profile. It makes a huge difference. Keep everything updated, upload photos. Google gives you insights and analytics you can look at. All that stuff is cool. It's really helpful. Definitely recommend that you leverage it. But let's move on a little bit because I want to talk about some more advanced stuff. Websites are still important these days. I kind of get this question a lot. And believe it or not, I still see a ton of local businesses that don't have a website. So if you're thinking there's not opportunity for you out there because everybody's already got a website, everybody's already got a Google business profile, everyone's already running ads, that's not true, okay? I talk to people every single week that don't have a website yet and question whether they need one for their business. You want to have a website because you want to show up in the organic section where the rest of those 40% of clicks are going to go. You want to at least have a fighting chance of showing up there. Having a website will also help your Google business profile rank higher. If you have a well-optimized website, it will help your Google business profile rank higher in the local map pack, okay? You want to have a website with good SEO and a business profile, and they will rise together. Do both. Yes, companies still need a website. SEO is not dead. Organic results get 40% of the clicks. I think a lot of us know that websites are important. The reason you want to have a website as a local business, people are going to check you out before they hire you. They want to make sure they're hiring the right company. You want to put your best professional foot forward. If you don't have a website at all and people go to look you up, that's a little suspicious these days, isn't it? I mean, who doesn't have a website for their business? How serious are they taking it? Actually, I know a lot of people who don't have websites for their business, and I don't mean to bash them. My sales coach doesn't have a website for his business, and he makes so much money, it's ridiculous. But in local, just do it. Even if you start with Wix, Squarespace, something like that, get a website. We build a ton of websites for our clients. We kind of build them a little formulaically. We've figured out for local that it's not rocket science. There's only certain pages that you need. There's only certain structures you need to use on the page in order to get the results that you're after. And a lot of you guys, if you've been in rooms learning about marketing for years and years, you know this stuff. You know to add calls to action throughout your page. You know to make it really clear what to do next. You know to mobile optimize it. Take all that knowledge and apply it to local. Because if you go look at the average local company's website, it's horrible. I look at these websites all the time. And one of the number one things that I see is I'll go look at a house cleaning company's website, and I'm looking at the website, this kind of like above the fold section, and I'm reading over it and I'm going, okay, so you do house cleaning. I get that. Where are you located? And people will just like forget to put where they're located on their website. So it's literally like the basics. Like, what is this business? What service do they offer? Where are they located? Where do they go do that service? How do I contact them next? You guys know all of that stuff. Take that and put it into websites for your clients. Our websites are built on WordPress. I'll tell you kind of like tools that we use later on. Mobile friendliness really freaking matters on local, especially for emergency services, locksmiths, plumbers, someone to come tow your car or something like that. More than half of your website traffic is going to be on a mobile device. So don't just build your website to look like this, because less than half the people coming to your site are even going to see that. Build your website to look like that so that people who come to your mobile site know what the hell's going on too. This is how we do our website structure at Book Cleaning Jobs. Every time we get a cleaning company that comes and works with us, we kind of use the same structure for their website. We found this works. These websites rank quickly, and they bring in traffic relatively quickly for these companies. But the other thing is that they give us a great foundation for running ads too. So we structure our websites with a homepage, a page for each service. Sometimes we do location pages, like, okay, so let me back up. Service pages. If I'm a carpet cleaning company, I offer like maybe 3 or 4 core services. Carpet cleaning, build a page for it. Upholstery cleaning, right? We clean furniture, build a page for it. Tile and grout cleaning, build a page for it. So if your business has services like that, different services you offer, Botox, injectables, fillers, facials, whatever. Build pages out for those services. For the ones that people are searching for, build up a page out for each one.
Help hurt your focus. Is there a point where if you say, yeah, I got 100 pages, we do 100 things, does it hurt the focus?
100%.
Yeah, it's well.
Especially if the services don't make a lot of sense together. I get some cleaning companies that clean everything, like they'll pressure wash your driveway, and they'll clean your house, and they'll clean your car, and they'll clean your boat, and they'll, dry clean your stuff, and and it starts to be too much, right? It doesn't make a lot of sense. We try to keep these sites pretty compact. An average website that we build is somewhere between 5 and 10 pages. And that's going to include things like the privacy, terms and conditions, thank you page, contact page, and then, a homepage and a couple service pages. These are pretty compact websites. We're not building 100-page websites for local clients. Some of our competitors do that. We don't. Location pages, you could build out a page for every location in your service area. If you have a service area business, meaning you go out and you meet the customer where they are, you go to their house and do a service, or you go to their office and do a service, you might be tempted to build out pages for every single location in your area, right? So Las Vegas, Summerlin, Henderson, Paradise, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, until you got 20, 30, 40. I took on a client recently who had 120 pages on his website. We don't really do that anymore. We used to. If you're going to get started with this, if you want to go down the SEO rabbit hole and build out a ton of pages for your clients, you can feel free. We have not found that it has the impact that we thought it would have, and so we've stopped doing it. So we don't really do location pages anymore. We don't really do blogs anymore either. We used to do a lot of blogging for clients. We don't really do that so much anymore. We really focus on these core pages. Build a great homepage, build a great page for every service, optimize them well, update them so that Google sees that you're still active and in business, add new pictures, add new testimonials, or do that stuff automatically if you can. But really focus on those core pages, and I think you're going to do a lot better. The page structure that we use, if you took a picture of those websites I put up earlier, this is kind of how we do it. There's a header, put the phone number in the header. If you're going to build a local website, put your logo in the upper left-hand corner, put your phone number in the upper right-hand corner. Keep it simple, guys. We don't need to get super creative here. Make a call to action really clear in the hero section. I like to add trust badges. People like to know that you're Better Business Bureau or that you've got great reviews on Angie or Yelp or whatever. I think those are helpful. Put some content on the site. You can't just, put up one paragraph of SEO content and then expect to rank. You have to do a little more than that. Fill out your site well, build a lot of valuable SEO content. But this is really where we focus a lot more of our effort. And I'll tell you why. It's because we run ads. The main thing that we do for our clients is run ads. So when I'm building websites, my main goal is I want this website to convert at the highest rate possible. If people are going to come to this site, I want them to take action before they leave. And if they don't, we'll get them to come back later. But the main thing that you want to do is make sure that your site loads quickly, that it works on mobile, that there's calls to action throughout the site content, top to bottom. Give them opportunities over and over and over to click to call you on mobile, to fill out a lead form, to chat with a chat bot. I love chat bots. They work amazing for local, especially for home services companies. You don't need to use live chat, or you don't need to use even AI, conversational AI chat. Just do a scripted chat. Hey, what's your name? What's your phone number? What do you need? Those chat bots work great. Online booking works better for some industries than others. It works okay for cleaners that we work with. Test it, but give people multiple ways to transact with you on your website, to request a quote, to call you, to get more information. Really, really build it so you can try to get at least a 15 or 20% conversion rate when you send paid traffic to your site. I'm going to race through this. I'm not an SEO guy. My team does most of my SEO at this point. Do your research. If you don't know how to do local keyword research, there's a training from Bright Local. I think they're awesome people. They put up really cool trainings. They're super helpful. Go do that training. You'll figure out how to do local keyword research. Put those keywords naturally on your website. Optimize everything. Use H1s, H2s, all that stuff. All the basic SEO stuff. Do all that. Submit a sitemap to Google. All the basic SEO stuff. You don't need to get a lot more advanced than this in a lot of markets. If you are working with really competitive clients like emergency plumbers in Dallas, Texas, you might have to go a little deeper on the SEO if you want them to rank. But if you're in an average market, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and you're working with carpet cleaners or something like that, believe it or not, you don't have to do a ton of advanced SEO to show up on the first page of Google. If you build your site right and you do all the basics right, and then you run some traffic to that site, within about 4 to 6 months, in a lot of cases, you'll see your site cracking page 1. It's really not that difficult. Off-page SEO, same thing. You can go deep on this if you want to. Citations are one of the big things that matter in local SEO. You want a bunch of sites pointing back at your website that say your business's name, address, phone number, all that information needs to match. That's really helpful. You can get backlinks. There's some cool backlink ideas. Actually, I found this article when I was doing my research, and this was maybe one of the coolest articles I found recently. If you want to get local links, backlinks for your clients, go check that out. There's like 50 really good ideas for how to get local backlinks for clients, which is a pain in the ass to do. So that'll make your life easier. Reviews matter, social media mentions matter, get some local press. All that stuff will help boost your SEO. SEO is super powerful. Yes, you need a website. Yes, you need to do SEO. A carpet cleaner in New York City recently got on the first page of Google after working with us for a while. They doubled their organic traffic after hitting the first page of Google, and they cut their lead cost by 50%. And these guys have a couple trucks going. They got a lot of leads coming in. This was a huge impact to their business. Local services ads. All right, this is where it starts to get a little more fun, because this is kind of a big change in local over the last couple of years. Google for a long time had Google ads, and you could pay every time somebody clicked on your ad and went to your website. Now Google is allowing you to just drive direct phone calls to your business from Google searches. So if somebody searches for a house cleaner in Redmond, Washington, they see your listing at the top of Google, they like what they see, and they don't even want to visit your website and do any more research because they just want it right now. These are really hot leads. Okay? If somebody clicks this ad and calls your business, Google's going to charge you for the phone call, but these people are ready to transact now. And if you have a service business that you can go out and do this service for people right now, this is the fastest way for you to start making money with paid ads on Google without having to do a whole bunch of work. You don't even have to have a website to do this. You do need to have a Google business profile and a couple of reviews and some other things. But I think this is the most radical change in Google Ads history. It's a pay-per-call program. Google will charge you for all the phone calls that you get. They give you a cool calculator. You can just go click that link if you get my notes, and Google gives you a calculator that will tell you roughly how many leads you'll get for your budget based on your zip code and based on the category of business that you're in. There's only certain categories available. I work with cleaning companies, and thank God there's tons of cleaning companies, categories available for cleaning companies. So I can help my cleaning companies make money with this relatively quickly just by getting them Google guaranteed on the local services ads program. There's a lot of names for this. You'll hear people say local services ads, LSAs, Google guaranteed. It's all the same thing. It's the pay-per-call program. These ads are right smack dab at the top of Google. They show up above Google search ads. They get a ton of clicks. These drive a ton of calls. You have to get verified to be here. So you have to have a Google business profile with a couple of reviews on it. And by a couple, I mean literally like 2 or 3. Not like 50, like 2 or 3. You may have to have a license in some categories. If you're like a contractor doing serious work, you might have to show Google that you're licensed to do that kind of work. If you're a house cleaning company, you probably don't have to show a license. You have to show proof of insurance. Google wants to make sure they're sending quality people to, their end user. They don't want some sketchy guy showing up who's going to, destroy your house and not have insurance. They also don't want to send criminals into your house, so they'll do a background check. If you can get through all of that, there's a lot of money to be made. Once you get into this program, you're going to get a dashboard that looks kind of like this. You can fill it out. You can give Google your budget, the types of jobs that you want to get. You can give, Google Photos to show to your clients. You can set a service area, business hours, all that stuff. Fill it out completely, just like Google Business Profile. Use everything Google gives you. And then set a healthy weekly budget. Google may not spend all your budget. Okay? If you put in a budget of like $5,000 a week and you're in Cleveland, Ohio, and you're a carpet cleaner, Google might spend like, I don't know, $500 a week. If they really, really like you, they might spend $1,000 a week. So don't be afraid to set kind of a higher budget than you would be comfortable spending, because odds are Google may not spend it all. And if they do, great. You're going to drive a whole bunch of phone calls immediately, people who are ready to buy from you. So hopefully you'll make your money back immediately. The main thing with this is if you're going to run these ads for yourself or your clients, answer every single phone call that comes in. Don't let your clients miss a call, because Google will hold it against you and they will knock your listing down in the rankings, and you'll stop getting calls. Even though you tell Google, I want to spend $5,000 a week on these ads, Google won't let you because you didn't answer your phone when they sent people to you last time. They don't trust you anymore. So answer every single phone call and make sure your clients do it too. Another thing you can do is if you book jobs from these leads, Google gives you kind of a little CRM where you can move your leads from one stage to another, the pipeline. Move your leads from, active to booked if you book them. You'll tell Google, hey, I'm making good use of these leads. I'm actually booking these jobs. I'm serving these customers. And when Google sees that, they're like, yes, did it, right? That's Google's goal. They want somebody to hire a local service company and go work with them. So answer every call, mark your jobs as booked, request reviews from people. If you get reviews from customers who hired you through local services ads, they're super powered reviews, they're verified reviews. And if you get really busy and you can't take these calls anymore, pause your ads and don't run them until you're able to work with clients and you're able to answer the phone again. You can pause and turn these ads on again as you please. It's not going to hurt your ads. This is the pipeline I was telling you about. If you get leads, they'll show up in your pipeline. You can move them from active to booked, completed, all that stuff. Do that. I highly recommend it. I work with a carpet cleaner in Seattle who came to me. He was making $20,000 a month and he'd been in business for 9 months. And I was like, dude, how'd you do that? And he was like, LSAs. That's all he did. He literally just ran LSAs and got up to $20,000 a month buying calls from Google and doing nothing else. He didn't have a website. He didn't have anything else. $20,000 a month with LSAs. I have a cleaner in Dallas who books 80% of the leads he gets through Google local services ads into a paid job. So when I said these people are ready to buy, they're ready to transact, they're ready to buy. 80% of his calls turn into a book job. These are worth investing in. I still think it's worth investing in Google ads. And when people come to us, a lot of times it's because they've already run this LSA program in the past. They've had some success with it. They've kind of hit a ceiling and they want to try something else. Do the LSAs first. And if LSAs have worked for you, Google ads are probably going to work for you too. That's kind of how we see it. These Google ads, they'll usually show up right underneath the LSAs. So people will scroll past those. Some folks want to know more about your business before they hire you. They don't want to just click and call the first person that's available to come clean their house right now. Maybe they're thinking, I want to hire the right cleaner. This is going to be a long-term relationship. They're going to be back in my house every 6 months or every 2 weeks or whatever. So they want to check you out first. Google ads are great for bringing in those customers who are doing a little more research and are a little more considered before they hire you. If you want to get higher end customers, Google ads, I think, is the best way to do that. Local services ads will bring you a ton of customers. They are not all high-end customers. Sometimes the people that need it done right now are moving out of their apartment this weekend and the landlord just told them they have to get the carpets cleaned and they're like, oh shit, I got to do that right now. Okay. Somebody who's actually sitting and doing research and checking you out on your website is a more considered customer. We tend to see higher average tickets from customers that come through Google ads than we do through LSAs. So I think these ads are worth running. You're going to drive clicks to your website in most cases. You can also drive phone calls from this, but by and large, you're going to drive clicks to your website. So make sure you build a good website that converts at least 15 or 20%. Otherwise, you're going to waste your money on Google ads. I won't even say more about that. You need to have a good website. Don't run your traffic to a shitty website. Just don't. If your clients don't have a good website and they're asking you for help with Google ads, suggest to them that you build them a new website or at least a landing page.
Some framework, what a good local ads site looks like.
Yeah, here's a decent example. I don't want to look too far over here. Logo in the upper left, phone number in the upper right, main call to action right here. Who are you? What is your service? Where do you do it? As you scroll down this page, there's more information. It'll list out the services that this business offers. It'll tell them a little bit about the business. In every single section, there's a button to click to call them. There's a button to get a free quote. So you can't scroll down this page without seeing what to do next.
For call to action.
Depends on the business. You don't need to get creative with home services. Get a free quote, get an estimate, literally will work. You don't.
I mean, is it like call? Is it like click to call or is it
click to call?
Click to call.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you don't need to get real creative with this, honestly. It feels like the basics because it kind of is. And that's what most local businesses are getting wrong, is the basics. That's why it's such a big opportunity for you guys. So should local companies run Google ads? Yeah, obviously, I think they should. I sell a ton of Google ads to local companies. But if you want to establish a predictable way to get more customers, Google Ads is a great way to do it. If you want to extend your geographic reach, Google Ads is a great way to do it. If you're only getting customers from your immediate neighborhood, but you want to get them from some other nicer neighborhood across town, Google Ads is a great way to do that. If you are not getting enough jobs for your high ticket services and people are only hiring you for the core thing, like a lot of carpet cleaners come to me and they say, I like carpet cleaning and all, but I wish I could do more tile jobs because those are like $1,000 a piece. You can do that with Google Ads, promote your tile cleaning services. Like I said, start with LSAs. If you have success there, you're probably going to have success on Google Ads too if you set everything up first. And if you do it right, if you have a solid website, you're going to be a lot more successful. And if you have a solid budget, you're going to be a lot more successful. When I say a solid budget, I don't mean $30,000 a month. I don't mean $10,000 a month. In a lot of local markets, you could get away with a budget like $1,000 a month as a starting point and then kind of scale up from there. I don't recommend you go a lot lower than that, but $1,000 a month has kind of worked for us. Really quickly, I can't teach you how to build a Google Ads campaign, but I am going to show you my complete Chad method of building Google Ads campaigns for local marketers. If you don't know what the Chad method is, just look up Chad versus Virgin meme and you'll figure out what I'm talking about. We build Google Ads campaigns for local companies. We do them all the time. They're very formulaic, kind of like our websites, because you don't have to get real creative to get results in a lot of these local markets. When we build Google Ads campaigns, a lot of times we build one campaign. And within that one campaign, we have a budget that serves a bunch of different ad groups. And those ad groups are for each of the services that the company offers. So if I'm working with a med spa, they might be offering Botox. They might be offering hormone treatment. They might be offering whatever. Build out ad groups for each one of those services. Put a bunch of keywords that make sense inside of those ad groups. Test out those keywords because Google's getting extremely broad with their broad match these days. Use some like long tail 3+ word keywords. Phrase match, exact match, that tends to work for us. Use geos in your keywords. So carpet cleaning near me, carpet cleaning Milwaukee, carpet cleaning, plus a city name. And make sure that you're targeting keywords with actual purchase intent, because Google will send you a bunch of junk traffic if you don't do this well. So do your keyword research well. Go back and do that training from Bright Local. Negative keywords are going to be a big deal too. If you're going to run ads on Google for local, Google will actually send you a whole bunch of garbage traffic, and your negative keywords are what's going to save you. If you work with clients in the same industry like I do, you'll have a list of negative keywords built up from working with all of the same type of clients. I have a big list of negative keywords for carpet cleaners. And these negative keywords basically tell Google, I don't want you to show my ad when somebody searches for this thing. Don't show my ad when somebody searches for Stanley Steamer, because we're not Stanley Steamer. We're a different company. And I'm tired of getting phone calls from people saying, is this Stanley Steamer? So we have this whole list of negative keywords. It saves a lot of money for our clients. It helps us get a lot better results. As you work on your Google Ads campaigns, that's like the main thing you should focus on, excluding all the bad traffic that you're getting and just driving the correct traffic. We like to start out with a budget of like $1,000 a month. That's like $33 a day, up to like $100 a day. From there, you can scale it a lot further if you want to. Keep it simple with the bidding strategies. Honest to God, we use maximize clicks on Google Ads. And I talk to a lot of Google Ads people who are like, ooh, right? No, we have great success with this. If you are bidding on the right keywords and sending people to a website that converts, you don't really need Google's algorithm to make it work. It can help, but if people are searching for a carpet cleaner in Seattle and they land on your website that says we're a carpet cleaner in Seattle, call us if you want carpet cleaning, you're going to get leads. Maximize clicks works for us because it allows us to take these small budgets and drive the maximum number of clicks up to a certain maximum CPC that I'm willing to pay. I'll set a maximum CPC as ceiling because I don't want $50 clicks from Google or $100 clicks from Google. But it'll drive the most traffic to your website. And if you've built your website to get those 50, 20% conversion rates or better, you're going to make the most of that traffic. And once you get your campaign up and running, if you want to test other bidding methods, you can do that. Target a radius. You can also use zip codes, cities, county targeting. You can get real local on Google Ads. We use radius targeting a lot. Make sure you check the presence in option. You want people who are actually in that area, not just searching from New York City for a carpet cleaner in Kansas City. You don't want those people. And then if you have clients or you want to run ads for a bunch of different services or in a really big area, make sure that you add some extra budget for it. Quick and simple. We don't get real complicated with our ads. We use responsive ads. Everybody does now. Google gives you these cool ads where you basically just fill in a whole bunch of headlines, a couple descriptions, and Google builds your ads for you. We get pretty formulaic with this too. And the reason we get real formulaic with our stuff at Book Cleaning Jobs, by the way, is that we do the same thing over and over again for local clients. If I get a carpet cleaner in Austin, Texas, I'm going to run the same playbook for him that I ran for my carpet cleaner in Kansas City. It's probably going to work. And so you can actually develop a list of SOPs, a list of checklists, and hand this off to other people and hire other people to help you do this. And if you want to give, kind of beginner marketing jobs to people and get them into this world, this is actually a great way to do it. You can build a lot of confidence in your team very quickly by giving them a playbook that works, some SOPs that work, and getting them results quickly with the clients that they're working with. You build a lot of confidence in your team. You can build a team of killers. And that's what we're working on at Book Cleaning Jobs right now. So when you're writing these responsive ads in Google, I like to just add in brand names for the headlines, promotions. So like if I have a client named Heaven's Best Carpet Cleaning, I'll put in Heaven's Best Carpet Cleaning as one of the headlines. I might put heavensbest.com as a headline. Promotions, 3 rooms for $129, 50% off carpet cleaning, whatever the promotion is, put that in there. Benefits, removes dirt and stains, pet odor removal, that kind of stuff. Calls to action, get a free quote, request an estimate, book online, call us now. Fill your headlines in with all that kind of stuff. Do the same thing with your descriptions. Google will actually just mix and match these ads together, find the best combinations, and you're done. Pretty simple. Link to your homepage, believe it or not, will convert pretty damn well on a local website. A lot of people want you to send traffic to landing pages. It's not always necessary. You can send people straight to your homepage in a lot of cases, and they will convert if you built it right. If people are searching for a specific service, like upholstery cleaning, I want to get my couch cleaned, send them to the page that's about that, right? That's why it's important to have pages for each of your services. That's literally it. I mean, it's pretty simple. You write the ads, you send them to the pages that you built, you build the pages for high conversion. It's all the basics, right? It's all the stuff that you would do anyways for your business. But these local business owners, they don't know how to do it. So you can do it for them. If I gave you any tips at all with Google Ads, if you're going to run ads for local companies, track numbers with them. Don't just run ads in the dark. Don't just say, here's what we spent, here's how many leads you got, goodbye. Hope you make some money. Find out how much money your clients are making when they start working with you. Ask them directly, how much are you making on an average month? Where are you at in your business right now, revenue-wise? Get a number from them. Track that as your baseline so you actually know if you're making an impact on their business or not. I didn't do this for a long time, and I regretted it because I missed out on a ton of really good case studies. I didn't know how much of an impact I was having. So track those numbers, because when you start running ads for people, you're going to see those numbers go up. And if this is the only marketing that this local company is doing, they're only working with you, they're only running Google ads with you or local service ads or whatever, dude, those are your results, right? Like you did that. You helped them boost their numbers. There's other things you can do to help them boost it, but track those numbers, okay? A big reason for that is that sometimes you'll have clients say this isn't working because they have subjective feelings about how things are going on in their business. But when you present them with the numbers, in some cases, they'll go, oh, I didn't realize I was actually making that much money on these campaigns. So track your numbers. A lot of business owners are like flying by the seat of their pants. They're not looking at this stuff. With Google Ads, time is going to be your friend here. You're going to set these ads up. You're probably going to get some results right away, but tell your clients that this is a long-term strategy. You're not going to do this for a week and see if it works, and if it doesn't, we're going to shut it off. I like to tell people run Google Ads for 90 days. You're going to get some results during that time. You're probably going to make your money back and a return on investment. By the end of 90 days, your campaign's going to be improving. You'll have a better picture of how much money you're going to make on this. You'll have a better glimpse into the future, and you'll see that this will be a long-term part of your business. So if you work on a client's Google Ads account over a long period of time, their results will improve. That's how it should work, okay? There's a ceiling, obviously, but your results will improve over time. So tell clients that. If you're going to run these ads, day 1 results are going to be pretty okay, but day 90 results are going to be pretty awesome, okay? You can optimize your ads by improving the ad copy to try to improve your click-through rates, to try to boost your conversion rates. You can choose better keywords. You can put in negative keywords to exclude the traffic that you don't want. You can adjust bids and budgets. You can do all of that stuff, and you should. And if you don't know how to run Google Ads, you can learn from, I don't know, me, Cosm, John. Tons of people run these. Google Ads are super powerful. I work with a guy named Marcus. I actually just met up with him for dinner the other night when we got into town. He's here in Las Vegas. He's in Henderson. We ran Google Ads for him recently, and after 2 months of running Google Ads, he was able to hire his first employee. He'd been in business for a couple of years, doing it solo, and after only 2 months of running ads in his business, for the first time ever, he was like, oh my God, I have to hire help, and he ran out and hired an employee. It's awesome. Thank you. I worked on a campaign for a couple in Iowa last year doing Christmas light, holiday light installations. And I had never done this before, but we had a good sense that this was going to work because we do all their other marketing and everything else we do for them works. And this couple is just awesome. Like they're so cool. I've known these guys for a long time. When I owned my carpet cleaning franchise, he was in training with me at franchise training. I've known this guy for a long time. I do all his marketing still. Last year we ran this holiday lights campaign. He made $26,000 from running these ads in the first month. This is a 3-year contract to install Christmas lights at people's houses. That's $26,000 in the first year, and he has 2 more years on those contracts from this one Google Ads campaign. And he still had more money coming in. Oh, and he made an extra $30,000 in some other area, in some other business that we helped him with that month. So it was a pretty good month for him. Google Ads is super powerful. If you're not running paid traffic for your local clients, I highly recommend that you do it. If you are running paid traffic for your clients, I highly recommend that you suggest to them next that they do remarketing because it's so easy and so many companies are not doing this. And it has a massive, massive impact in a local market when you are the only company in town who's blanketing the entire city with remarketing ads. And every time somebody comes to your website, they keep seeing your ad forever and ever. So highly recommend that you do that. Let me drink this coffee real quick. Thanks for the coffee, dear. All right. So Google Ads is expensive. It can be expensive to drive a bunch of traffic to your website, and it can be painful to see those people come to your website and then 80% of them or 70% of them leave and not come back again or not take any action. It sucks. But Google gives us a cool tool to fix that. You can remarket to people after they've been on your website. You can keep showing them your ads over and over. I highly recommend you do this. It's not very expensive. That couple in Iowa that I was telling you about that did the Christmas lights thing, I was looking at one of their remarketing campaigns from last year, and I was adding it up. And I realized that they made an extra $10,000 last year just from running remarketing ads. And I want to say they spent a total of $1,000 on those ads over the course of the year, maybe. So remarketing has a huge impact. If you don't know what remarketing is, I kind of alluded to it. People come to your website, they leave, they keep seeing your ads everywhere. Most local companies are not doing this, okay? It's such a level up that will make your clients think you're such an awesome media buyer when your clients are sending you screenshots and going, hey, dude, I was on my local news website and I saw my ad on the local news website. Like, how did you do that? That's awesome. Hey, I saw my ad on Forbes.com. Are other people seeing that? Yeah, they are. I'll get texts from clients like that after we start running remarketing ads. They're so excited. It has such a big impact on your clients. They love it, okay? These ads are low cost. They're high impact. They reinforce your brand. People leave your site. They might still want to buy from you later. Maybe they haven't bought yet. They left because they're still in the consideration phase, but you could get them to come back and buy from you later. Maybe they're on your competitor's website now. Well, screw your competitor. Blanket them with your ads, right? Your competitor's not doing this. So this is a great way for you to stay in front of local customers. It can also boost your conversions, and it can actually reduce your overall CPA on search. So we've seen in most cases, if we are running search ads for a client, they're getting clicks from Google, people searching for carpet cleaning near me, and then they're clicking through to the website, and we're paying $30 a lead, let's say. When we start running remarketing, in a lot of cases, we will see that cost per lead start to creep down and creep down and creep down because our audience is more warmed up to us. You know, we're getting right back in front of them and we're saying, why didn't you buy? Come back and buy. You still want to buy? right? So this will actually help reduce your overall CPA on your search ads. That's what we've seen. If you're going to do remarketing for local clients, build out your remarketing audiences from day one would be my suggestion. If you're going to bother to build a website and run Google Ads traffic to a client's website, start building your remarketing audience from day one so that you can start remarketing for them as quickly as possible. Hopefully by day 30 or 60 or day 90. You might want to have a remarketing audience that goes out, longer than this. For my local clients, home services, I find 30, 60, 90 day remarketing works pretty well for us, somewhere in that range. So if somebody's been on your website in the last 90 days, we'll keep showing them ads. Day 91, they'll stop seeing the ads unless they come back. You can also do customer match. If you have a whole bunch of customers that you've served in the past, like that 30-year-old carpet cleaning company I was working with in Mississippi, they can just give you their list of customers and their emails and their phone numbers, and you can upload that to Google, and then you can show ads to those customers and say, hey, we're still alive. Come back and buy from us. So I highly recommend you do that. It's very powerful to give Google first-party data and let them run ads to those people. You can also create lookalike audiences. We'll get into that in a second. These display ads, these remarketing ads, they're display ads, okay? These are responsive display ads. That's what Google calls them. They're not banner ads anymore. And every time I hear somebody say banner ads don't work, display ads work. So you're going to give Google the same thing that you gave them with your search ads. Some headlines, some descriptions. You're also going to give them a logo, and you're going to give them a bunch of images. If your local clients don't have images, have them hire somebody with a freaking iPhone, I don't care, to take a couple pictures. Don't use stock photography for this. Get real local images of your client and then run them as display ads. Google will match up those images with headlines and descriptions and put them into formats that look amazing. And your clients will look super professional. But if you use stock images, people can sniff that shit out so fast. Your average consumer is like, something doesn't look right. And they just don't even look at it. A real local image, I don't know why, that captures the eye. I think it's that newspaper effect that we were talking about the other day, where it's like, where were we? We were talking about like, what would an image on a local newspaper look like, right? Like a local news photographer took that picture. That captures the eye. So build out your display ads with real images, headlines, descriptions. Google will put together the right combinations for you. They'll help you get the best results and put your best foot forward. Target a local radius. I usually do a smaller radius, 5 to 10 miles around a client's local area. And you don't have to spend a ton of money on these ads. I have a ton of clients where we spend as little as $5 per day on remarketing. And that puts them in front of tens of thousands of people in their local market. They get tens of thousands of impressions a month for as little as $5 a day. You don't have to get complicated with the bidding method. You can use maximize conversions. Just run these ads. It's very, very simple. There's another way to use display. And I guarantee you that your local clients are probably not doing this. And your marketing agency, if you're working one, may not be doing this either. Most people are aware of remarketing. A lot of people have heard that Google display ads don't work. So they don't really go any deeper with it. I freaking love display ads. I think they're one of the most powerful tools that Google gives us to reach people. You can go a step further than remarketing. What if you took those remarketing ads that you're showing to people who've been on your website recently, and instead of showing them to people who've already seen your business or your client's business, what if you show them to people who are likely customers, people who are prospective customers, people who would be a great fit, but they don't know about you yet? You can go out and proactively show your ads to those people and warm them up to your brand before they even know about you. It's kind of like running Facebook ads on Google. That's kind of the way I think of it. These ads are visual, like a Facebook ad is, and you can go out and show them to people who've not heard of you yet and try to warm up an audience and capture leads. So you can go prospect in your local market for new customers. There's some really powerful ways to do this. I'll show you how to target these ads in a second. But the main thing to know is that if you run these ads, you're going to get in front of a whole bunch of people in your local market very quickly. And Google's display network is gigantic. I mean, it reaches only everybody, right? Only everybody in the world has seen a Google display ad at this point. So people in your local market have probably seen one too. So the way that you do this is by coming up with a list of audiences of people that you think would be a likely fit for your business. So who would hire you, right? Who's the kind of person that would hire my business or my client's business? I'm working with a carpet cleaning company, okay? Well, do I think somebody that's maybe hired a carpet cleaner in the past would hire a carpet cleaner again? This is like a thing that you do every year if you want to keep your carpets really clean. So you could go to Google and say, I want you to show my display ads to everybody in my local market who searched for carpet cleaning recently. I don't care if they came to my website or not. I don't care if they went to stanleysteamer.com. Show them my ads anyways, because I know this person's a consumer of carpet cleaning services. I know that they get their carpets cleaned or they were at least interested in it recently. You can put in a list of your competitors' URLs. Maybe you have a Stanley Steamer in your town and you're not Stanley Steamer, you're some other carpet cleaner. You're Kevin Steamer. Put in stanleysteamer.com and you can build an audience of people who've been on your competitor's website. Put in your top 10 competitors' URLs and you can show ads to everybody who's been on your competitors' websites in your local market. And you can slowly eat away at their market share and build your brand at their expense using data that Google has and just using your noggin. So create some custom audiences of people who would be a likely fit for you. And then you can also create lookalike audiences. So if you have customer data, like I said, you could actually create a lookalike audience of people who look like your best customers, and you can go out and show ads to those people too. It's kind of like Facebook ads on Google, right? You know, show these ads to people that look like this. These ads are beautiful. Google puts together some amazing combinations that really look stellar. This is a company I'm working with in Mississippi right now. They're a concrete coatings company. They're really focused on pool decks this summer. They want to come and resurface your pool deck and make it beautiful, and they do an amazing job. This is a super high ticket service. These jobs are worth like $20,000 to $50,000 a piece. So what we're doing is we're going out and we're showing these ads to people that we think have pools. Maybe they've been on a pool guy's website, right? Maybe they've searched for pool cleaning service. We know these things about them, so we can go out and show them ads and warm them up to us. So this is an incredibly cheap and effective way to step up the paid media game that you have for your local clients, to make them look massive in their local market, to get them results that their competitors aren't getting, and to make yourself look like you know what the hell you're doing. And these ads are really, really awesome. I highly recommend you run them. I did this for that couple in Iowa last year. And the reason I love them is because they're so entrepreneurial. When I met Adam, is his name, and Rose is his wife, he was buying a carpet cleaning franchise. It was his first one. I think he owns 7 or 8 companies now, all home service brands in Iowa. And he's just slowly stacked them up over the years. Some of them are franchises. Some of them he's launched on his own. Last year, he decided to launch 2 new brands. He wanted to go into window cleaning and he wanted to go into air duct cleaning. And he's like, I'm not buying a franchise this time. I'm just going to do it myself. Can you help me out? So we did. And I said to him, you know, nobody's heard of your brand yet. We should really run those display ads that we like to run. What do you think of that? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. So from day one, we started running these display ads in his area, branding his company, getting people to hear about Duck Dynasty cleaning, getting people to hear about Rise and Shine window cleaning. And after only a year of doing this, in little tiny towns in Iowa, just racking up tens of thousands of impressions with Google display ads in small towns in Iowa, we've been able to grow 2 $20,000 a month brands for a total of $40,000 a month in new revenue this year from these two new companies they started last year. Yeah, the display ads were a huge part of this. I don't want to underplay that. The display ads are a huge part of this. Everybody runs search ads. Anybody can go run to Google and say, sell me your best customers right now. I'm ready to buy them. I'll pay the highest price. Okay. This is how you advertise a business. This is how you go out and you show your business to people who've not seen you yet. You're not just buying the traffic and the leads directly from Google. This is how you go out and warm up that traffic. That's how you warm up your audience and get them to come buy from you. Okay. So it's a level up. I worked with a concrete coatings company that was doing, garage floors. They'll come and lay epoxy floors in your garage, make your garage look really cool. This is a really hot service right now. A lot of people are doing this. It's like $2,000 to get your garage done, maybe more. But this guy was doing this for a while and he grew a pretty good business with it. But he started doing sports courts for people, tennis courts, and then pickleball courts. And he was like, this pickleball court thing's making me a lot of money. So we ran some display ads. to try to bring in more pickleball court business for him. And this guy did over $1.5 million last year in sports courts, in pickleball courts. And he was able to expand outside of his local market. We ran these ads, not just in Tennessee where he was at, but also in a couple states nearby. And he was able to pick up work in those areas too. So this can help you sell niche services. If you offer a service that people aren't searching for on Google in high volumes, but you know they would want to buy, you can go show your ads to people and say, look at my service. Do you like it? Do you want your pool done, right? Do you want your pool deck to look like that? Come get it. We do that. Maybe they're not searching for that on Google yet, but they got a pool and they didn't know they could do this to it. So that's why I like those ads. I got 2 more things for you and then I'm done. If you're going to drive all these leads to your clients, if you're going to help them dominate Google, if you're going to help them get a whole bunch of phone calls, please, God, help them follow up with the leads. Because like I said, a lot of these business owners don't know the same things we know. They're not in these rooms. Last year, I launched a campaign for a new client, and I was really excited about it. He had a cool brand. He was an experienced business owner, and so I was like, this is going to be great. And after we launched it, I didn't hear from him for 2 weeks, and I was thinking, well, I guess that's a good sign. He's not returning my texts. He must be pretty busy. 2 weeks later, he texts me back and says, hey, man, I just got back from vacation. The hell are all these phone calls I missed? 2 weeks of running paid ads on Google, racking up leads, not calling anybody back. Would you believe it when I say this client fired me? As if I went on vacation and didn't call the leads. So it may seem obvious, but you have to follow up with your leads. And if you're working with clients, you have to tell them to follow up with the leads and tell them how to do it and help them do it. They're going to get better results and they're going to work with you for longer. They're also going to feel like you care more. Okay? This is an opportunity for you to become maybe more than an agency. If you want to be, you could become a bit of a coach and you could help people really grow a spectacular business, right? Not just run traffic for them. So we all know the money's in the follow-up. We've heard that before. The main thing you want to do here is if you're going to drive traffic for your clients, help them capture leads into a CRM. You have access to Springboard, right? You guys have access to this stuff. Just give it to your clients. You don't even have to charge them extra if you don't want to. I don't anymore. If we're driving leads for you, I want those in a CRM. And I want to make sure we're following up with them. So put those leads in a CRM. Make sure your clients know to contact those leads in under 5 minutes because you lose 80% of the value of your lead in the first 5 minutes. If you don't contact that person within 5 minutes, somebody needs their house cleaned, and you don't call them right away after they've requested a quote from you, they're going to call the next company and hire them immediately, and you're out of luck. So contact these leads in under 5 minutes. I heard somebody say, I've never seen an industry where people actually do this, where they actually follow up with leads that quickly. In home services, they do, because they will lose all of their money if they don't follow up with leads quickly. Follow up with those leads multiple times. Teach your clients, don't just call them back once, call them back again. If you get a lead that didn't book with you, that's okay. Call them back at 5 p.m. and say, hey, it's Reed at ABC Carpet Cleaning. I spoke with you earlier. I just wanted to see if you were still looking to get that carpet cleaning job booked. It's okay to follow up with people. You can do that. You can call them. It's all right. They're not gonna scream. Follow up with your leads until they buy or die. You can help your clients do this by giving them copy and paste scripts. You can teach them how to hire help to answer these calls. You can help them automate that. Just make sure they follow up. And the last thing I got for you is that if you're going to collect all these leads and you're going to win all these customers and you're going to get them to buy from you, get them to buy from you again. It really doesn't make a lot of sense to get them to buy from you one time. If you can help your clients bring their customers back, you're going to help increase their lifetime value. You're going to help increase the return on investment that they're getting from their ads. You're going to help them build a much healthier business where they're not just turning and burning new customers every year and they got to keep spending in order to keep this thing going. You want them spending, but you also want them to have a healthy business where they have repeat customers coming back. 30% or more of your business can come from repeats. So unless you want to leave a third of your money on the table, follow up with people and get them to buy from you again. New customers are expensive. It's a lot cheaper to retain them. So again, the way that you do this is by capturing all of your leads into a CRM. And then after you've done some business with the customer, you've cleaned their house or whatever, follow up with them again and again and again frequently and forever until they buy again. Or, when you're following up with your customers, some of the things you can ask them to do: leave you reviews. You can ask them for referrals. You can cross-sell additional services. You can get them to schedule additional appointments. There's all kinds of things. There's all kinds of reasons to follow up, okay? You can come up with good reasons to follow up with these folks. And then you can automate those campaigns and you make it a lot easier. This is what I did with my cleaning clients. We automate postcard campaigns so that you're always following up with people with direct mail. And then I encourage them to pick up the phone and call everybody 3 months after the service, or 6 months after, or 12 months after, and try to win these people back. Okay, it doesn't all have to be automated. Some of it can be manual. My final tip for you is that everything I just shared for you will work in local markets everywhere, but it works a lot better if you do all of it. Okay? You have to build a great website if you want to run ads. Otherwise, you're going to waste your ad dollars. You want to show up on organic because almost half the clicks are coming from organic. You want to have a Google business profile. Half the clicks are coming from Google business profile in that map section. You want to be running ads. You want to do all of it together because otherwise you're leaving a big chunk of your money on the table and your clients will appreciate it. I have a house cleaner in Cincinnati who makes over $50,000 a month and he only spends about $1,500 a month on Google ads. The reason he's able to do that is because he has all of these systems in place, every single one of them, and he executes on all of them, and we help him do it. So he doesn't have to spend, 20 grand to make 50 grand a month. He can get away with a $1,500 ad spend. I've got a carpet cleaner in San Diego, California, who can make up to $70,000 a month with as little as $3,000 in Google ad spend because he runs the whole playbook. He does everything. That couple in Iowa makes up to $100,000 a month with this blueprint. And one of my favorite things about them is that the reason they do all of that, the reason they are starting all of these companies in Iowa, launching these new brands, the reason they've grown so quickly over the last few years is because my friend Adam has a goal to start a company where he can impact other people's lives. He wants to hire employees and pay them better than everybody else in town and give them better benefits so they can have a better life. So your work can trickle down here, right? What you're doing as a marketer can really impact other people's lives and help them have a better job because they work at a better company, because that company has better marketing and brings in more customers. Here's some tools. I use all these. You can use them if you want to. They give you Springboard here. I think Springboard's awesome. You should use that. This is kind of what we use at our agency to get all of our stuff done every day. There's my notes again.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Reuben Rock.
Next up. Thanks, dude. Thank you. That's awesome.
Wait, let's do a few questions. If Reuben, people got questions, if you'll get to a mic runner. Who's going to run mic?
No time.
We got time. My fucking show, right? We'll have a couple minutes. I'm just messing with you. We'll be a minute or two. Is that going to really mess you up bad?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
How about we do? Kill me.
Who's going to kill you? Emma will be all right. All right. Emma can kill me. Send her to kill me.
I'm not crossing Emma.
All right. Oh, yeah. I have the mic here. Okay.
Two questions. One is why no SEO? Like I put tons of look, I have a national integrative pharmacy, and we put content out for everyone in the country. But I've got a physical location, so just curious about that.
We do SEO. We just don't spend an insane amount of time on it.
Okay.
It's not required in a lot of local markets. If you are in a more competitive industry, in a more competitive market, you may have to go deeper on it.
Paid will drive a lot of your SEO too.
Yeah, and question number two, and I run a physical, I'm not a service.
Yeah.
I run integrated pharmacy, super focused on nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
So are the dynamics pretty similar to what you're saying here? Or are there any nuances on a physical product-oriented retailer?
No, I mean, it can work very similarly. The only thing I would say is if you're in anything health-related, medical, there may be restrictions on Google Ads to be aware of. But you're a pharmacy. Google Business Profile is probably one of your number one tools that you should be leveraging if you're not already.
I hate to put people on the spot, But what do you think it would be like if Reuben came in and taught us a class?
Oh God.
He's probably going to say no now.
I'm busy that week.
just in case. We'll try to get that on the books, man. I think it'd be great. I think there's a lot you guys can do in your local communities that I think the local community newsletters work great. I think local community advertising like this works great. There's a lot you can do in your local community, and there's nobody I'd rather do it with than Reuben if he's got any time, but we'll see. I'll work on it. All right. Couple more quick questions. Mark, right here.
What's your experience?
Hold on. Just get a mic. Oh, sorry.
Quick question. If you all of a sudden up your Google reviews, if you have been laxed about it, and then you all of a sudden send out email to 50 of your clients and 40 of them do them, will Google penalize you at all in doing that?
Hard to say. Google is getting a little more. They're starting to screen a lot more reviews. In a lot of cases, Google is actually taking reviews away from people. So if you have 500 reviews on your profile this month, next month, if you don't get any new ones, you might have 480. That's been happening. I don't know exactly what Google is doing to screen out reviews, but a huge influx all at once could trigger something.
If you're bullshitting it, there's probably going to get called as bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what
you want everything to look natural. If you're a local business serving clients on a regular basis, then everything should be on a pretty regular tempo. Those clients come in every day, leaving your reviews, every couple of days. It should look very natural.
What's your experience, Reuben, with running these? Would you recommend running these for like local events, local life coaches and stuff like that? Would you recommend that for doing local live events?
I think you may have a little more luck with Facebook, but there are some features of Google Ads that could still be useful to you for running local live events. Google Business Profile and all that, probably not as important. I honestly think you'd probably do better with Facebook. Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Reuben, so if you're looking to be the agent in a local market, how do you price your services, and how much are you worth?
Oh, carefully.
Well, let me get my stick.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I always tell Reuben he doesn't.
As high as possible. No, it depends on the value that you provide to your clients. They have a lot of options, is the thing to be aware of. They're shopping you against agencies that charge $300 a month to do everything. And you're like, well, how the hell are they making any money? Right? It's a good question. But remember, 9 out of 10 agencies aren't getting results either. So there might be some overlap there. If you're providing quality service and you're being consultative and you get to know your client's service really well, you can charge more. If your clients are making more money, you can charge more. So I recommend working with clients where you can help them make a lot of money, not a little money. 10, 20 grand a month is great. We've done a bunch of those. I get more excited when I work with a guy that I know is going to make 20 grand a job. That's getting me pretty excited these days, right? Because it allows me to charge a little bit more, but also to show up a little bit more and provide a little more value for him.
But if you can be really efficient,
yeah,
there's a whole lot of those little guys.
There's a ton of
them. If you can be efficient and not get, we were talking last night in the suite about it, and Tommy and those guys like, man, I don't want to manage like 200, 300, 400 clients, right?
I don't want 100 employees.
I like the idea of managing 200, 300, 400 clients because it ain't gonna be me managing them. Number one, and number two, you got a lot more stability in your business. The challenge is you get a dozen clients paying you $5 grand a month. You lose 2 of them, it hurts. If you got 100 people paying you $1,500, $2 grand a month, a couple go away, they go away. A couple new come in, they come in, that kind of thing.
And you can manage a lot more clients than you realize.
I do have to close questions for right now for Reuben. I appreciate you being here, Reuben. Let's give him a huge hand.
Thank you.
Woo, look at that. All right. And Reuben's going to be around, I think, today, right?
Yeah, I'll be around.
Yeah, Reuben's around, so grab him for questions. We're going to take a 10-minute break. We'll be back at 1:15. So at about 11 minutes, if you guys can squirt and split and get it done really quick, that'd be great. I'll see you back here in about